Hi guys, so today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do this fun, glitzy, sharp, purple smoky eye which is ideal for a night out or a big event. So if you want to learn how to do it, just keep on watching. First I'm taking Too Faced Shadow Insurance as always, and I'm just applying that to the eye area with a clean finger, and this will just make sure that all of our eye makeup stays in place all day. Then I'm taking tape, and this is probably the most boring shot I've ever included in a tutorial, and I'm using that to make our sharp winged kind of shape, and to do that I'm just lining it up with where my lower lashes end and lining it up kind of with the temples. Next I'm taking 17 Phwoarr paint, which is just a really thick concealer, and I'm dotting that under the brow and just smoothing it out and blending it with my finger to make a good base for our highlight shadows. For the highlight I'm using a mix of Makeup Forever 102 and Makeup Geek White Lies. You could just use a pale cream, and I'm dabbing that over where we've put the concealer just with a flat brush. Next I'm taking this peachy shade by Sleek, which I think is from the Showstopper palette, and I'm applying that kind of as a transition shade almost, just straight across from our winged tape to kind of the inner corner of the eye, and blending that into our highlight shade. Next I'm taking this medium purple, which is by Sleek and from the Candy palette, and I'm applying that in the exact same kind of shape that we've just put the peach, but I'm not taking it up quite as high. This shade requires quite a lot of building up, so if you've got a better kind of medium purple then I'd definitely use that instead. Just keep building it up until you've got a coverage that you're actually happy with. Next I'm taking a mix of the Sleek medium purple and Makeup Forever 92, which is kind of a bright but deep purple shade. If you use Makeup Forever 92, the old formula, you'll know that it benefits from mixing it with another eyeshadow just to make it a lot easier to blend out. And I'm placing that in the exact same shape as those other two colours, but I'm not taking it as far up as the medium purple shade that we've used. And I'm just buffing that over again with a fluffier brush to blend it in a little bit better. Next I'm taking Makeup Geek Taboo, which is a dark smoky purple. It's a really good alternative to black, and I'm using a fluffy brush just to blend that into the kind of outer half of the crease. And this will be a great transition shade if you want to actually use a black in your crease. Just keep blending and switch between colours if you need to get the right kind of blend. Now I'm taking Makeup Geek Corrupt, which is just a deep matte black, and I'm using that same fluffy-ish brush just to blend it into kind of the outer third of the crease where we've put Taboo, just to deepen it up a little bit. This will just add a little bit of drama to our colours. Now I'm using all the damn colours and I'll show you why. It's because quite often when I do eyeshadow using quite a lot of colours to blend into one shape, a lot of the colours end up muted, so I literally just go over all of the colours and keep on blending them at basically any stage until I'm happy with them. So I've gone back in with Makeup Forever 92, I've gone back in with the peachy shade, I've gone back over it all with a fluffy brush, and I'm building up that peach shade again because it kept on fading. I just wanted to show you that this happens so often in makeup, so if you think that you're doing something wrong because you need to keep building up colours, you aren't. Next I'm taking the Imagic Flash palette, which you can get from eBay for about £8, and I'm using a mix of the pink and the dark blue to make this purple, and I'm just popping that over the lid as a base. You can use something like a gel liner or a pencil liner if that's what you have instead. Now I'm taking Makeup Geek Masquerade, which is like a bright foiled purple. It is one of their foiled shades, and I'm using a finger just to pat that over that purple base. The foil shadows definitely work best with a finger or a flat synthetic brush. Now I'm taking Darling Girl Here's Johnny, which is like a sparkly purple with blue reflex, and I'm patting that over the top of Masquerade with my finger. Because it is so sparkly, it definitely works best applied with a finger or a flat synthetic brush. Now I'm taking Makeup Geek White Lies, which is just a matte white shade, And I'm applying that on the inner corner of my eye. I then realised a finger really wasn't the best tool for the job, so I switched up to a fluffy brush instead. Next I'm taking Heavenly Naturals Bubbles, which is a white with pink iridescence. And the pink iridescence really isn't showing up, but if you think of MAC Pink Pearl pigment, it's exactly the same as that. And I'm just tapping that over where we've just put that white shadow to add a bit of drama and another little element. Next I'm taking NYX Matte Eyeliner, and I'm just doing my winged liner. You can do this as thick or as thin as you like, but I find that if you've got a sparkly lid, then a matte liner is definitely best because it just adds a little bit of contrast. And you'll also see just how sharp we can get that liner once we remove that tape. So it's off with the tape. Just be careful and pull quite gently and you won't snag your skin. Look how sharp that is. And then I just clean up the under eyes with a baby wipe, or you can use some cleanser or a cotton bud, whatever you have to hand. And then off screen I did all of my base and foundation and so on and so forth. And I'm going back in with the Imagic Flash palette with that same purple shade that we mixed up before, and I'm just using a finger to run this under the lower lash line. And I'm taking Makeup Forever 92 on its own this time, not mixed with any colours. And I'm using a small angle brush just to apply that to the outer 2/3 of the eye. And I kind of pat this into the cream base underneath it so that it has some extra staying power and intensity. Next I'm going back in with Makeup Geek Masquerade and using that same small angle brush just to pop it on the centre of the lower lash line. Now I'm going back in with Heavenly Naturals Bubbles and using a flat brush just to get that right on the inner corner and go over everywhere where we put it before. Next I'm taking Tanya Burr's Starry Night eyeshadow, which is a black full of silver glitter, and I'm just popping that on the outer third of the lower lash line. Now I'm going back in with Here's Johnny and reapplying that over everywhere where we put it before. Looking back, I should have used something like a sticky base under this because it's so shimmery that the shimmer kind of fades as you're doing the rest of your eye makeup. So I had to reapply, but in future, or if you're following this, then use a sticky base under sparkly eyeshadows for maximum intensity. Then I just take a plain fluffy brush and buff it away from the crease. Next I'm taking Makeup Revolution's Black Pencil Liner, and I'm just lining the lower waterline. A purple would look really good with this as well, or even a nude if you prefer something that isn't so dark. Next I'm using false lashes. These aren't the falsies that I actually used, but to be honest you could use any style of false lash with this. I think it's one of those looks where you could use any lash and it would look absolutely fine. I'm using a more typical kind of just full ordinary pair of falsies here, but I think ones in a wispy style or ones which are a little bit piecey would look really nice as well. And that's our look complete. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial and learned a few things. Definitely try out that tape trick if you haven't already. I think that if you like this sharp kind of look, then you will love that technique. And definitely try it out and tag me on any social media or Twitter to show me what you've done. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to. Follow me on social media. And thanks again for watching. Bye!